What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV outside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the last pre-season game before the big kickoff in the Premier League next week. Spurs have lost by 2-3 at the hands of Bayern Munich, and I thought pretty much, a similar carbon copy or similar trends that we've seen throughout pre-season. Really poor in the first half, got together in the second half and made a rally. I thought it's really worrying the way we're conceding goals and the volume of goals that we're conceding. That's another 3 goals today, 3 against the K-League, 2 against Bayern Munich out in Korea. We're just conceding way too many goals, and it feels like we haven't learned our lessons from last season as well. Like, we look really bad from defending those set pieces today. Playing out the back with Vicario I thought was poor as well, and I'm not sure why we can't stamp our authority in games in the first half with our first team out there essentially. And no one in the first half really stood out for me, maybe barring Kulusevski once again, where again, similar trends that we've seen all pre-season, where Kulusevski's really standing out. The first one was a bit of a poacher's effort, where he's kind of getting off the back of a Bayern mistake. And the second one was a lovely through ball, a lovely bit of work from Lucas Bergvall, and Kulusevski slots it home. So one really nice goal from Kulusevski. The other one was a bit fortuitous in the way he found himself in that space. But look, I'm happy with Kulusevski, and I think he's doing a really good role, and he's probably been my standout player so far in pre-season. But again, second half, I thought, Bentancur came on first that we've seen him. Lucas Bergvall, I thought both of them, along with Archie Gray, were outstanding in that second half. The pressing was back, and they really stood up for the team. They really did. And we just stemmed the tide, and we stopped conceding so many chances like we did in that first half. And we need to get back at it. And I guess, like, when we saw Mickey van der Ven, Coutinho Romero, Destiny Udogie and Archie Gray in that right back position, maybe that is a lot closer to our first choice defence that we've seen all pre-season, and maybe that showed in that second half, because I thought we looked a lot more settled. We didn't concede too many chances at all. And you got to give him credit. Udogie looked back at it again, being a bulldozer down that left-hand side, being in their number 10 position, more chances. And I think there was a number of times where we could have slotted through Udogie, where he was pretty much one-on-one with the keeper, and we just failed to find him. But I want to talk about Archie Gray, because he came under a lot of criticism last time against Bayern Munich, and a lot of people were saying, has he met his match? Has he been found out a little bit? But against the same opposition today, in a different position at right back, I thought he was absolutely brilliant, showing those silky touches, showing those one-touch passes. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Lucas Bergvall again and again and again providing for the team. Another assist, an assist today out of the top drawer. And these two guys look like a match for anyone. They look like they feel right at home in this first team. They can slot straight in, and I think they proved that today. Worrying signs maybe about James Maddison. Again, I don't think he performed today. Neither did anyone in that first half. Yves Bissouma, Vicario, sloppy out the back, like I said before. Worrying trends in the first half, but I think when you're looking at the second half performance, there is a few things to go on. There's a few things to take home from that in a positive way. Let's just hope having that first team in Leicester and a first choice defence, that we can get straight back at it, because I am a bit worried going into the season. It does seem like we're not completely ready with a week to go. Maybe Dom Solanke can change that in the number 9 position, like I said, with this more settled defence. But who starts in midfield? That's a big question going into next week with Leicester, because Lucas Bergvall is performing out of his skin. James Maddison is not performing really. And it begs the question, who is going to start in that game against Leicester? But game aside, it was a good, nice, entertaining game against Bayern Munich. That's the truth, and really good to see Harry Kane back in N17. Got a massive ovation. He walked around the whole lap of the pitch, applauding the fans, and it was really nice to see him get a proper send-off. Eric Dyer as well. He didn't do quite the lap of the pitch, but he got a nice ovation when he came on at half-time. So, look, it was a good day all round in terms of being back in N17. The sun was shining. Harry came back here. Nice, entertaining game of football. But I can't I can't get away from my thoughts thinking that Spurs are not totally ready for the season. And we just weren't at it at that first half. The pressing was completely off. But when we got those players on in that second half, the pressing was really there, and you really saw maybe there is maybe a nucleus of a team here that can go and do something next season. But I have to wait and see what happens. But that is me over and out from the last pre-season. We'll see you all at Leicester. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.